All praises to the Most High, for His word is true. We in 2nd Ezra 13 and 37. Since y'all say, you pork chop, you preach, say we ain't under the law, you better listen at this judgment. As the Mashiach shall come to judge and make war, he say he gonna smite the nations, and out of his mouth will come a sharp sword. And we read about in 2nd Ezra 13, 9 to 11, that all the army, the navy, the marines, the air force that's coming against him, of all these nations, he gonna melt them. Ain't gonna be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. He said. In 2nd Ezra 13:37, and this my son, this the Most High's son, Mashiach Yahushua, the only begotten son of the Most High, shall rebuke as an angel, the only angel that he called his son. Or, y'all talking about fallen angels came down as the sons of the Most High. Y'all comparing fallen angels to the sons of the Most High in Genesis 6 chapter will answer Hebrews 1 and 5. Which one of the angels had the Most High ever said that he's his father, or that's my son? Name that. 2nd Ezra 13 and 37. And this my son, who's Mashiach Yahushua, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest. That's the fire. You know what the end result is? Ain't gonna be no but dust and smell of smoke. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. This is before they be tormented. He gonna let them know the evil thoughts that they have thought before he start to torment people. And the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, that fire. He gonna melt you. Listen, and he shall destroy them how? Without labor, by the law, which is like unto fire. Jeremiah 23:29. Is not my word like unto fire, and like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? He gonna be killing them, saying, you broke this law. You broke this law. He's gonna tell them before he bring them to the tempest. Destroy them by burning them up. All you that say we ain't under the law. You hear what it said? I'm gonna read you again. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts. 2nd Ezra 13 and 38. This is what Mashiach Shai is doing as he coming to judge and make war. And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor, by the law. Make it mean something different. By the law, which is like unto fire. Y'all better hear the word of the Most High. Going back to 1 Corinthians, 1st chapter, and the 24th verse where we were at. I digress. It say, then cometh the end, when Esau, world is coming down, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power, all power, rulership, and authority. He gonna put down all power, rulership, and authority on this earth as you know it now. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. You hear that? Put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy, that's why he said it. Even David prophesied in Psalms 110 and 1. What he said? Psalms 110 and 1. Mashiach Shai sitting on the right hand side of the Most High. He don't even know when the Most High is going to bring this about. Only the Most High knows. Don't let no man tell you, or nobody, no spirit, nobody ever going to tell you anything outside from the Most High. Only knows when he going to bring forth what we reading about. The judgment of the Most High. The end of this world that we in now. David prophesied in Psalms 110 and 1. The Most High said unto my power. Who is the Mashiach Yahushua? David's power. Like we Mashiach him, David's Mashiach him too. Sit thou at my right hand. Sit thou at my right hand, on the right hand side of the Most High, until when? I make thine enemies thy footstool. Right? That's prophesied. So here we looking at in 1 Corinthians 15 and 24, where they only had the law and the prophets to go by. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. Sit you on my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool. Isn't that what he just said? King David prophesied as a prophet. For he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. What's a footstool? Something you put your heels on, your feet on. Hip talk. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. No more death, y'all. Gonna live forever and ever and ever. Most High will. For he have put all things under his feet. But when he said all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted, which did put all things under him. That is the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, y'all. It's going to be manifest that the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, he is accepted, which did put all things under him. And when all things shall be subdued under him, subdued unto a Mashiach Yahushua, all nations, subdued unto a Mashiach Yahushua, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him. A Mashiach Yahushua going to be subject to the Most High. That's after 1,000 years of him putting everything in order under this earth and teaching us of the Most High. Most High will, if we worthy to be under him, his tutorship, because we know in part and prophesy in part, for him to allow that part that we know to be whole and knowing of the Most High. When he putting all these nations under him, and when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall the Son also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him, that the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob may be all in all. That's what this is all about, y'all. See, a lot of y'all got the big head thinking about Israel, Israel, Israel. This is about the Most High being all in all. This is about the Most High being all in all. And if you don't understand that, then you don't know what this gospel is, what the truth is about. They're his laws. He wrote with his finger, said, do what I say do. These are my rules and regulations for you to be obedient to me, or I'm going to melt you. I'm going to kill you. If you don't understand that, you better understand, because look at all these things prophesied in the Old Testament. Go to Daniel's 2nd chapter. And Daniel's 2 and 44. I think that's what on, yeah. It says, and in the days of these kings shall the Most High Mashiach shall have set up a kingdom. He's going to set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, which we just read about. To a Mashiach coming and smiting these nations, putting them in subjection by the law of the Most High, that y'all saying that we ain't under. He's going to be killing them. You're going to let them know, you ain't want to follow the law, I'm burning you up. Partial to the law, I'm burning you up. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people. You hear that? The kingdom not going to be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. We just read about it. See? It's going to stand forever. And ever and ever and ever and ever. Look at Daniel 7. And we're going to look at verse 13, I believe. Yeah, Daniel 7 and 13. He said, I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, who was a Mashiach Yahushua, came with the clouds of heaven. Right? And came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him. So now, what are these clouds? Because a lot of y'all be saying clouds. Okay, you see clouds out in the sky all the time, right? But just hip talk. But you got to understand, the Bible answers itself. It'll tell you what these clouds are. Came with the clouds of heaven, right? So let's see what it says in Psalms, 104 and 3, first and foremost. Psalms 104 and 3. Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, who maketh the clouds his chariots. Right? Make the clouds his chariot. That's a vehicle. Who walketh upon the wings of the wind. The chariots are clouds that roll with the wind, right? So now when you look at Psalms 68 and 17, it says, the chariots, which are the clouds of the Most High, are 20,000, even thousands of angels. You see? So these chariots or these clouds are the angels. See? So now, when you see back in Daniel 7 and 13, he say, I saw in the night visions, because the Most High speak through visions and dreams. So Daniel's seeing in a vision, or visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they who are the angels, brought him near before him. That's why when you look at it, coincides right along with Acts, the first chapter, and the 9th verse, I believe it is. Acts 1 and 9. And when he had spoken these things, when the Mashiach was shy, as he had died, rose on the third day, walked the earth for 40 days, when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up. And a cloud, see, a cloud received him out of their sight. Remember, the clouds are the chariots, and the chariots are the angels. So a cloud received them out of their sight. So now, Daniel is seeing what happened once the cloud received him out of their sight, just like Elijah went up in a cloud, right? A chariot of the Most High. So now, once Mashiach Shai rose up in the chariot of the Most High, this is what happened. Daniel 7:13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man, who was a Mashiach Shai, who just ascended, came with the clouds of heaven. The angels brought him in the chariots of the Most High, which are the clouds, as we just defined. And came to the Ancient of Days. Who's the Ancient of Days? The Most High. Ain't nobody more ancient than the Most High, is it? Nobody I know of. No beginning, no end. It's the Most High, y'all. Nobody more ancient than the Most High. Look at Job 36 and 26. Job 36 and 26 says, behold, the Most High is great. Yeah, because he says, brought him to the Ancient of Days. The Most High is great, and we know him not. Neither can the number of his years be searched out. That's why he called it the Ancient of Days. Going back to Daniel 7. Once the Mashiach Messiah ascended up in the cloud, from being on this earth, I saw in the night visions, he said. And behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven and came to the Ancient of Days. That's the Most High. His years cannot be searched out. No beginning, no ending. And they brought him near before him. And there was given him, listen, dominion and glory and a kingdom that all people, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion. It's going to last forever and ever and ever, which shall not pass away. In his kingdom, that which shall not be destroyed. Oh, yes. Jump up to verse 27. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High. Who are? We read that in Psalms 148 and 14. Even of the people dear to the Most High, even the children of Israel, a people dear to the Most High, praise ye the Most High. This, who are the saints. And the kingdom of the dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominions shall serve and obey him. You know? So y'all better get ready, because that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to serve and obey a Mashiach Yahushua. Look at verse 15 of Daniel's 7th chapter. He said, I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, seeing all these future prophecies and these visions that the Most High was giving him. I, Daniel, was grieved in my spirit in the midst of my body, and the visions of my head troubled me. Man. He was shown a lot, just like Ezra was shown a lot. So, from there, I want to go to, let's go to Exodus 14 and 13, first and foremost. Exodus 14 and 13. Exodus 14 and 13. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not. Say, fear ye not. Stand still and see the salvation of the Most High, which he will show to you today. For the Egyptians whom ye have seen today, ye shall see them again no more forever. The Egyptians that you've seen today, say you're gonna see them no more. Because look at verse 10, it says, and when Pharaoh drew nigh, he drew near, the children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, he was chasing us. We came out of captivity under the Egyptians. And Pharaoh said, hey, he Most High hardened his heart. Tell you in verse 8, and the Most High hardened the heart or the mind of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and he pursued after the children of Israel. And the children of Israel went out with an high hand. But the Egyptians pursued after them, all the horses and chariots of Pharaoh and his horsemen and his army, and overtook them encamping by the sea, beside Baharath, before Baal-zephan. And when Pharaoh drew nigh, he drew near us. The children of Israel lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were so afraid. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Most High. And they said unto Moses, because there were no graves in Egypt, hast thou taken us away to die in the wilderness? Wherefore hast thou dealt thus with us, to carry us forth out of Egypt? They in captivity, slavery, and bondage. Complaining. Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians? You hear this? Leave us alone, that we may stay in captivity under the Egyptians. It would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians than that we should die in the wilderness. And Moses said unto the people, like you heard the conclusion of the whole matter tonight. And Moses said unto the people, fear ye not, stand still, and see the salvation of the Most High, while Mashiach was shot, as the angel of the Most High, which he will show to you today. He said he going to show you his salvation, his power and authority that he have this day. But the Egyptian whom ye have seen today, that's chasing after you, ye shall see them again no more forever. Just like those that's going to go against the Mashiach Yahushua, you ain't going to see them no more forever. Most High just said, ain't going to be nothing but dust and smell of smoke. And they're going to be cleaving to us. Ain't going to be no more militaries. Ain't going to be no more war. Most High shall fight for you. And you shall hold your peace. You're going to be quiet. And the Most High going to fight for us. The Most High said to Moses, wherefore criest thou unto me, speaking to the children of Israel, that they go forward. But lift thou up thy rod and stretch out thine hand over the sea and divide it. And the children of Israel shall go on dry ground through the midst of the sea. Look at that miracle. All the miracles. He already did 10 plagues on the Egyptians. It didn't touch us at all. And we still complain. You hear? Is not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt? It was in captivity. Saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians. Man, would have been better for us to serve the Egyptians, be in captivity, slave, and bondage, than that we should die in the wilderness. No faith in the Most High. Look at all the things. I mean, it'd be different if we wasn't there seeing the 10 plagues that the Most High put upon the Egyptians, hardening Pharaoh's mind, which is his heart, that the Most High can get a name. We just read about the end times. What's going to happen? Those that have ears to hear, eyes to see, you read along, you can read along. You've heard what's going to happen. Make it mean something different. Mashiach gonna be given dominion is gonna last forever and ever and ever. Then he gonna be subject to the Most High, and the Most High gonna be all in all. That's what this is all about. All y'all that don't fear the Most High, y'all don't talk about the Most High, this is about him. You gonna find that out. Hopefully he don't visit you before you do. This is what he said. And behold, verse 17, y'all better hear what he's saying. What we read, 1 Corinthians 15:24 down, that the Most High could be all in all. This is what it said. Verse 17. And I. So we're going to go across dry ground as the Israelites. And I, Most High, that's the Most High. Behold, I, that's the Most High, will harden the hearts of the Egyptians. I'm going to harden the minds of the Egyptians. And they shall follow them. They're going to follow the 12 tribes of Israel, because all 12 tribes were in Egyptian captivity. They're going to follow the 12 tribes of Israel on this dry ground. As the Most High made the Red Sea, divided it, and he made the ground dry. They're going to follow behind the 12 tribes of Israel. He's saying, and I, behold, I will harden the hearts, which is the minds of the Egyptians, and they shall follow them. And I, that's the Most High, will get me honor. The Most High said, and I will get me honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, upon all his army, upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Most High when I have gotten me honor. Y'all better hear what he's saying. Y'all can boast yourself to be something you want to. Most High's name is jealous. He said, I will melt you. He said, and the Egyptians shall know, and our captors in this day and time gonna know that the Most High is the power. When I have gotten me honor upon Pharaoh, upon his chariots, and upon his horsemen. And the angel of the Most High, we read about in 1 Corinthians, the 10th chapter, 1-4. And that rock that followed us was a Mashiach. This is that angel of the Most High, which went before the camp of Israel. As the Spirit of the Most High, as the angel of the Most High, removed and went behind them. So you think he don't know about killing? Removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face. The pillar of that cloud, that chariot that Amashak Abishai is in, this daytime, and stood behind them, went behind us. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud and darkness to them. But it gave light by night to these, so that the one came not near the other all the night. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and the Most High caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night, and made the sea dry land. And the waters were divided the sea, and made the ground dry. And the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground. Remember, this is all about verse 17. He said, and I, behold, I will harden the hearts of the Egyptians, the minds of the Egyptians. So therefore, he can get into the minds of people to have them do just what he wanted to do, whether on the right side or the left side. And they shall follow them. They're going to follow us across the Red Sea on this dry ground. And I will get me honor. That's the Most High getting himself honor upon Pharaoh and upon all his hosts, upon all his armies, upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. And the Egyptians shall know that I am the Most High when I have gotten me honor. You hear that? Upon Pharaoh and upon his chariots and upon his horsemen. This is all about the Most High, y'all. We ain't busting grave. We crying. Look, verse 10. And when Pharaoh drew near to us as the children of Israel, lifted up their eyes, and behold, the Egyptians marched after them, and they were so afraid. We got scared. And the children of Israel cried out unto the Most High. Crying to the Most High. He never delivered us from nothing until we humbled ourselves and cried to him. Now, Amashak Abishai, who was this angel of the Most High, that we read about in 1 Corinthians 10, 1-4, since they ain't have nothing but the New Testament, in the New Testament to go by the Old Testament. Here he is. Verse 22, and the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground, and the waters were a wall upon them on their right hand and on their left. On the right hand and on the left. And the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea, even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen. And it came to pass that in the morning, watch, the Most High looked upon the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. Hear that? He looked through the chariot, the pillar of fire. It's still dark. Remember, in the daytime it's a cloud. It's still dark. So we're looking through the pillar of the cloud, the fire and of the cloud, from the fire to the cloud, which would be daytime, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels. Y'all think the Most High ain't got no power? You hear what he did? He took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Most High, Amashak Abishai, who is that angel of the Most High, Amashak Abishai, for the Most High, Amashak Abishai, fighting for them against the Egyptians. And the Most High said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand over the sea, that the waters may come again upon the Egyptians, upon their chariots and upon their horsemen. And Moses stretched forth his hand over the sea, and the sea returned to its strength when the morning appeared, and the Egyptians fled against it, trying to get back to the shore. It's too late. And the Most High, as the angel of the Most High, overthrew the Egyptians in the midst of the sea. And the waters returned and covered his chariots and the horsemen, and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them, like you said. All the army, the navy, the marines, and the air force that will come against Amashak Abishai. That's who it is. Right here. Verse 19, we just read about that rock that followed us. in the wilderness was who? A Mashiach. This is him right here, and the angel of the Most High, which went before the camp of Israel. That's a Mashiach Yahushua. That's the angel of the Most High, spirit of the Most High. Either or. He maketh his angels spirits, he maketh spirits angels, ministers of the Most High, bringing the word of the Most High. But when the children of Israel, verse 29, but when the children of Israel walked upon dry ground, dry land in the midst of the sea, and the waters were a wall upon them, unto them on their right hand and on their left. And thus the Most High saved, that's salvation, y'all, saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians. Remember, we got to be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all the people that hate us. And the Most High saved Israel that day out of the hand of the Egyptians, our enemies. And Israel saw the Egyptians dead upon the seashore. And Israel saw that great work which the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, as the angel of the Most High, did upon the Egyptians. And the people feared the Most High and believed the Most High. What do you got to do for us to fear the Most High? For you to fear the Most High. And the people feared the Most High and believed the Most High, while Mashiach Yahushua as the angel of the Most High and his servant Moses. For a temporary period of time. Now look what it says in Exodus 15, right to the point, verse 6. Thy right hand, O Most High, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand is a Mashiach Yahushua. Thy right hand, O Most High, have dashed in pieces the enemy. That right hand is a Mashiach Yahushua, as the angel of the Most High, as we just read. Verse 12. Thou stretchest out thy right hand, earth swallowed them. You think he ain't ready for the judge to make war? You better think again. Verse 18, the Most High reign forever and ever. The Most High reign forever and ever. And with that, I'm going to close for now. And we're going to continue on. Shalom, and I'm out.